Hi everyone, I'm Josh August, Director of Modern Day Mother Teresa, and I just want to take a few minutes to share a prophetic word with you, actually words that the Lord's been speaking to me over the years. Because let's face it, there's so many of us media people out there. There's exciting things going on in the film industry and music industry, all sorts of media, and not a whole lot of people are actually talking about it in the Christian community. But I just wanted to take a few minutes and share things God has been telling me throughout the years and to encourage fellow filmmakers and media personnel. Back in around 2008 or 2009, when we were sitting talking about media, and God started speaking to me verbatim that the next big wave or huge wave coming in the film industry is going to be about the Bible. And the Lord actually spoke to me like this. It's kind of like junk food. You can only eat so much junk food, chips, pops, and all kinds of things that aren't good for you for so long before your natural body starts to crave real food, real nutrients, real good vitamins and things for the body. And that's the same way with the film industry. Let's face it, in a lot of ways, they've gone too far. It's the same song and dance. There's different things in movies, sex and swearing, same story. Just like the body, the film industry is just crying out, just for some good family, wholesome movies. And the Lord spoke to me that, good's going to make a comeback. It really is. But I had that at a conference and I shared that with a few friends. And then, later on, it's 2016 now. There's all kinds of Bible movies, God's Not Dead, and really cool things like that. And I want to talk to you about that because when God's Not Dead came out, it was only a $4 million budget, $2 million to produce it, $2 million to market it. And just so you know, some of you might know, but in order for a movie to make a profit, they have to double their money. And they usually spend as much marketing as they do producing the film. So God's Not Dead actually ended up making $64 million. So if you look at that in inflation compared to other blockbusters, that's equivalent to spending $400 million on a movie and it making $6.4 billion. So by movie standards, some people call this a sleeper movie. That's another term for it. But if you do the inflation right, it is equivalent to a blockbuster, just as great as any of the Marvel comics out there. All right, so going back to my first point, where the Lord is going to do those types of movies, and there's a lot going on in the world today. Let's face it, there's tons of signs. It's getting very interesting. Various parts of the Bible are really coming to life. We're kind of living in the last days, regardless of what your viewpoint is. God is raising up a standard, and He's using filmmakers. And for the first time, there's just so much creativity out there that Hollywood can't really contain it. And I think there's all these various media outlets, including these independent filmmakers, because resources are so available, you can really create your own project and get the truth out there. So I want to encourage you to go forth and do that. Now I want to share another word with you. I was walking at work just a few years ago. This was before Duck Dynasty really stood up and made a stand for Jesus, and then A&E was going to take them off the air. It was a big to-do. But before that happened, a few months, I think it was about a few years ago, but I was just walking around 8 in the morning and God spoke to me and said,